2, 1.
Yay!
Hey, everybody, I nailed it.
Sorry, Dustin.
Fuck it. We're doing it live. Welcome to Murder Hour Podcast. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Camille.
I'm Al.
I'm Dustin.
And this is Murder Hour, a special episode because we're live on YouTube.
First time, right?
Hey-o.
Hey! So, what should everybody do?
Oh, subscribe, like, follow, do the usual things that
Share.
you do. Share for sure.
Love because we're awesome.
Yes. Do all the things that you do on the internet.
Do what you, well, I don't
Not
know.
all the things you do on the internet.
That's
Although
a
it could
little
include a platypus, that's fine.
Right. Share, like, subscribe,
Yeah.
all the stuff.
All right. Coolness.
Yeah.
Al, I think it's your episode today, right?
Yes, thank you very much. We're what I did was I went back in time and I decided to find a murder in August in the past, and I came across a good one actually. There's a
good murder. Wow.
Yeah, it's a good murder. It's topical because something came of this murder. Because of the murders, something else came of this.
Okay.
Which I'll share later. I want to kind of tease the audience a little bit.
Such a tease.
We just want to kind of. Oh, also, before we get rolling, Dustin, our ever awesome producer, he keeps track of all our stats and who's listening, where, what, when, why, blah, blah, blah. So we now have listeners in Portugal and Austria, which is fantastic. So cheers.
Austria,
Thank you.
the home of Glock. Hell yeah. So
To Glock.
to Glock.
Yes.
All right.
The
Just
Glockenspiel.
want to say that. And of course, everybody that listens. I mean, we love you guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
our regulars.
Yes.
England, Ireland, U.S.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Anyway, so
Do you think we're in the Vatican? The Pope?
I think so.
You think
yeah.
the Pope listens to
While he's
Murder Hour?
poping around.
He's
Well,
wearing
yeah,
his
the-
Pope hat.
Yeah, the Catholic Church is in cahoots with the Illuminati. The Illuminati is listening to everything. So yeah,
Oh,
Absolutely,
okay. So yeah.
right. Everybody,
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes, of course.
For sure.
August
sure.
28th, 1963. All right. So August 28th, 1963, New York. Patricia Tolles comes home to her apartment to find her two roommates tied back to back, murdered and raped.
Dun, dun, dun.
They had been stabbed over 60 times. There was evidence that one of the roommates was sexually assaulted.
Ugh.
It was investigated. No clues, nothing. It just went weeks and weeks. Nobody had any leads. The names of the Patricia Tolles was the roommate that found her other roommates. Their names were Janice Wiley and Emily Hoffert. And the case is actually called Career Girls Murders.
In the 60s,
This was
girls
in-
had careers?
yes,
What?
yes.
Shouldn't they have been in the kitchen?
Really, and it wouldn't have happened, would it? No,
Absolutely.
they'd still be alive today, probably.
Stay in the kitchen, woman.
Yes, so there's
Why?
that.
I didn't approve of this.
Caitlin does not approve of this message.
Pause for editing. So, anyway, yes, that's called Career Girls Murders because there were literally thousands of young women were flocking. We could still use the word flocking, I guess. They were flocking to New York. They wanted to get a career, make big money. And these women one was a school teacher. The other was a
school teacher.
she was a publisher or a researcher for Newsweek magazine. So anyway, like I say, people were just stumped. They didn't know. They had no leads or anything.
So
then-
I have a question for you,
Yeah,
Al,
yeah.
if it's all right.
Mhm.
The roommate came home and they were tied back to back and they were sexually assaulted.
Yeah, actually, I should stipulate here. Wiley was wearing only a towel.
But
She was sexually assaulted.
But I'm wondering, did he tie them back to back after? Because it'd be tough to sexually batter somebody who's tied back to somebody else, right?
Well, it's also mentioned later
I wouldn't know.
that
Really?
I don't subscribe to that channel.
and apparently let's see, which one was it?
Did I throw you
I mean,
off?
it doesn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter, but it kind of does. But one of the girl, what's her name?
What a
So
dick.
yeah, Emily Hoffert. It claims later. Emily Hoffert said, I know your face. I'm calling the cops. I'm gonna get you. So that was when he found a knife and then proceeded to stab both of them.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
And then also apparently the one girl heard the roommate being grabbed or whatever. She's screaming. The one girl comes out of the shower in a towel. He grabs her, ties her up, rapes her, and then I don't know if they tied them together during. I don't know. That's kind of Ted Bundy-ish thing, tying women together, rape one while the other watches.
Yeah.
Anyway. So anyway, nothing was happening. Time went on. So now some people want
So this is 63. This is
63.
before DNA was a tool.
Yeah, they had
valid
nothing to
tool.
go on. The what happened was, I'm getting my everybody can see I'm busted.
What happened was
We can't conceal it with radio. So what happened was a year had gone by, almost a year, April the next year. So what happened was there was a woman had identified George Whitmore Jr., which some people may know of this name. George Whitmore Jr., she said that he attempted to rape her a few days before that.
Creep.
Police brought him in.
That's a huge suspect right there.
So what happened was there was a little thing that is around nowadays that wasn't around then, which we'll get to that, which is the whole point of this case. But apparently the police brought him in. He was the only man that the police showed her in a police lineup kind of thing. Said, is this the man that raped you?
That's not a very good lineup if there's
Right?
only one person
right?
in it.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So she said, oh, yeah, clearly that's him. So they immediately incarcerated him. He had claimed that they had beaten him. They had tried to coax confessions out of him. He claimed that they did all this stuff. And he's like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Now they found a picture in his wallet of a woman, which looked like the woman in the towel, Janice Wiley. Janice Wiley's parents said, no, that's not her. But the police were like, oh, it's her. It's got to be her. So this clearly links him to killing. So that's when they grabbed him, threw him in jail, beat him. It
sounds about right.
What the hell? Yeah. See? So he's the poor guy is in jail for a while. I'm trying to keep this around 20 minutes or so here. So I'm kind of skipping around. But the guy's in jail for going on like 2 years.
But I mean, the thing is, it's not a bad. This is not like an innocent guy. He should have been in jail for the attempted rape in the first place.
Right.
Yes.
It's not like he wasn't going around trying to.
It's not like he was picking daisies and they snatch this guy off the street and said, "You look like a rapist."
Yeah. He claimed he decided to keep.
I raped this
picture.
woman, but did not rape and kill these women.
Right.
Yeah. Now again, he was allegedly the killer. Allegedly,
But
James Whitmore
he
Jr.
did, according to the one victim, attempt to rape the other that one lady.
According to Elba Borrero, she claimed it was him.
Right.
But she was only shown him.
Right.
Okay.
Is this the guy that raped you? Because now some people theorize the police were getting a little itchy to close this case. They were
There is a lot
frustrated.
of pressure on closing cases.
So
That's
they
true.
grabbed the guy now, and then they also tried to link the picture in his wallet, which was of a high school classmate of his.
How old is this man?
He had found it. He at this time was 19.
Okay.
And it was a
30.
So,
picture of a high school
yeah.
girl. And he said that, and she lived in New Jersey at the time. He's in New York. She had lost or discarded it in a park where Whitmore found it. For some reason, decided to keep it in his wallet. So they're like, oh, he immediately became a suspect in the Wiley and Hoffert double murder. I really personally don't see the leap there. That's kind of a leap.
Either. I mean,
That's a big
the attempted rape of somebody else would be a better leap than finding and keeping a picture of some high school girl.
Yeah, it
Now-
sounds like he's mostly guilty of just being a creep.
Yeah. Now,
And
yeah.
rapist.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's a creeper a little bit, but that doesn't make you a murderer or raper. Two detectives brought him in.
Raperist.
They questioned him. They did the good cop, bad cop thing on him. They questioned him.
that's not a real thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's totally a real thing.
They could. I could see it. They questioned him for hours and hours.
You guys remember the other guys
Mm-mm.
when it was
Oh yeah,
Bad cop, worst cop.
bad cop, worst cop.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
said bad cop, worst cop,
Worst
and I had to go way overboard.
Apparently they
hold on.
question him for hours and
know
hours.
that. Do you guys know that the other guys?
What are you doing, man? He's got to do an episode.
I know.
You're, like
But
every
this
5
is-
seconds,
this is
like
important.
Like a
This is
hamster.
important. The other guys, totally true. Totally a real. I mean, that is probably the most accurate cop detective movie. Every cop does a desk pop. Okay, you have to shoot your gun in the office. That's a real thing. Okay, that is 100% real. Dirty Dan and the boys. They have to, it's a
the orgy in the
yeah,
fridge.
absolutely, yeah. So
I mean, I believe it certainly
Yes.
with how law enforcement is certainly portrayed.
yeah,
right now.
yes, of course, it is 100% the most accurate movie for law enforcement. Just throwing it out there. People are like, "Oh, it's a comedy." No, that's actually a
Yes, Dustin.
Hey, can we get back to the episode?
Especially the bad cop worst cop thing.
Okay, yeah. So apparently, because of the picture, because of the woman saying that was him, a couple of detectives brought him in. Again, this all was happening before there were certain things that we now have of a law to us nowadays. I'm hinting at the thing. So after hours of leading questions, pummeling him, hammering him, he confessed. He said,
There's
"It was
nothing
me."
wrong with leading questions. Honestly, you're allowed to lie to a suspect. Did you know that?
That's kind of mean.
Is it, or is it? So let's say I bring in Dustin and Al into, and I put them in separate interrogation rooms, and I say, Al, listen, Dustin's spilling his beans. Spilling the beans, I guess. He's not spilling his beans. He's spilling the beans. And he's not. He's like, nope, I want an attorney. But I can lie to you, and I can say he is, and you're like, oh, that bastard.
Yeah. And then,
That
that's what
bastard.
they
That
tell
rat
you.
bastard.
It was that rat
Rat
bastard. And so, you are allowed to lie in certain areas like that.
I could see it, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you want to. I agree.
Mhm.
And however, now there's a little thing around where you can kind of avoid that. So
Not me.
after his confession, he also, again, like I said, he claimed he had been beaten during the interrogations. He had no counsel. He requested a lie detector. That was denied. He also had witnesses that said no.
But that's allowed to be denied. You're going to we don't have one. No, we're not going to do
Yeah,
that.
all
Why
right,
didn't he
all right.
request an attorney?
That's the key
That's
question.
a very good point, Caitlin. We're getting to very good. This is before certain things
Cops
happen.
walking up to you and immediately,
Yes.
attorney. I want an attorney.
Journey.
Yeah, he's got. There were witnesses claim Whitmore was in Wildwood, New Jersey, at the time of the two girls being murdered, watching Martin Luther King Jr. at the March on Washington.
And where were they?
159 miles away. They were in New York. He was in New Jersey.
Of course, we have dogs in the background. That
do we just keep rolling?
They
or-
disagree with
Okay.
Al's assessment. But go ahead, Al.
Now,
I
what
wanna
also
hear
happened
more.
was so the police, of course, they get the confession out of him. The police say, "Okay, we've got him. We've got him. He confessed to these murders of the two women. He confessed to a murder of another woman, which was unrelated,
Oh shit!
and to the rape of the woman that said
quite
that was him."
Quite the coup.
Now,
Yes. Yes.
prosecutors, however, mentioned that every detail in his confession, it was all known to the police beforehand. So take that as you will. You better say this and this and this. We'll go easy on you. He told them what they wanted, just
Oh,
because they
for
wanted to
sure.
wrap this up. They wanted to, I'm not, no judgment here. Not saying good or bad cops. but-
everybody is a suspect.
They wanted to get
Everyone's
to
a
Krispy
suspect.
Kreme before they turned that hot and
Hot-
fresh.
hell
Doritos.
yeah. You
Nice.
turn it off, and it's like, shit.
Stale ass donuts.
Damn it.
So what happened was this guy's in jail for like a year, and try to move it
Year
along here.
schmear.
The names and all the ages really aren't that important, but there was a drug dealer junkie, Roberto Cruz de Val. Ooh, how about that? So he actually was facing the death penalty. So he wanted leniency. So he said he would give the police the name of the real killer. He said it was not this Whitmore guy. He was not the killer. I know who the killer was. And I'm trying to, there's all these details, and I'm trying to just move it along here.
That's
but
all right. Good for you.
He
You're doing
said
fine, Al.
on the
You're
day
fine.
of the killings, he had met an old acquaintance of his, Richard Ricky Robles. Richard Ricky Robles told him he had committed the murders of the two women.
Is that really his middle
Is it
name?
Robles or Robles?
Could be Robles. We are multinational here, multilingual.
Hell yeah, we are.
Melting pot.
We're open. We're hip. We're woke.
With it
With it.
Look at this.
Are we?
I forget. We're on camera.
lit.
We're lit. We're wit. So he told him that Ricky Robles had visited him because I guess he was the drug dealer. He would come pay him his cut. He would get the drugs. He'd go out and deal, and he'd bring him his cut and that kind of deal. Long story short, blah. So he
It's
said
okay. You don't have to.
that
it's fine. You're doing fine.
he had been released from prison 2 months before the two murders, and he needed like $30 to $50 a day just to support his drug habit.
That's
So
not bad.
he basically just broke in there for money.
In the 60s, probably heroin.
Yeah,
Right?
true. And
I wasn't even a thought.
Yeah.
Or
back then.
the weed.
I always think of heroin.
Yeah.
1963. What's $50 in 1963 is like what 200 today?
I don't know. Yeah, let's
I mean
look
that's a
that
pretty
up.
good chunk.
I should have my
So-
computer here, but
The theory is that, and he's like, the guy turned up at his apartment covered in blood and quote said, "I just iced 2 dames." He had blood on him.
What is he
And-
from the 20s?
Yeah,
Hey,
dames.
dames,
The
got
guy
these
was, the guy
dames,
was in
eh?
his 20s. Yeah, the guy's 22.
top of the world, man.
So he was born in the 40s. Yeah, maybe he liked old movies.
Right.
I don't know. But
James Cagney.
so, and of course, anybody, if you wish, follow along on Wikipedia. I totally copied. Oh, Caitlin,
Just
yes.
What?
really
No.
quick. So how many dollars was his daily thing?
30 to 50.
So $30 in 1963 would be $253 in 2020 money.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Yowza.
had quite a habit.
Okay. So,
Extra. What the fuck?
beep, 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 beep. So, anyway, he told up this guy Robles showed up at the apartment covered in blood. "I just iced 2 dames. Oh my God! Call the cops. Bob's dead." And clothes that spice. So Delaney gave him a shirt. He gave him a pair of pants to change. Then he went out to buy drugs with the money he'd given him.
So I killed two women. Give me some money. Okay,
Yeah.
here.
So what happened was, this was all unrelated, but the police had wire listening devices on this guy Delaney and his wife.
Oh shit.
So as this guy Robles would come and visit, he would keep running his mouth about stuff he had done.
Oh.
So inadvertently, the cops were hearing him basically admitting that he had killed the 2 women. So what they did was they arrested him because of the audio footage. 1965, fall of 1965. Whitmore's been in jail almost 2 years, and just so they arrested Robles. He was tried for the murders. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. The prosecutor brought in somebody else. The attorneys could not translate doubts about police interrogation methods to their client's advantage. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Delaney,
Yada.
yada, yada, yada. I'm not trying to, belittle the whole murder thing. I just want to get through all the
No,
bullshit.
it's fine.
So, on December 1st, 1965, Robles was found guilty of the murders of Emily Hofford and Janice Wiley. He was sentenced to life in prison. So, months before, New York had abolished the death penalty, except in cases of killing police officers, prison guards, and murders committed while escaping jail.
Interesting.
While or whilst?
Whilst.
Okay.
Definitely whilst. Despite the conviction of him, numerous questions regarding the police conduct were left unanswered. We don't need to get into all that, blah, 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 blah. One of the quotes was, police detectives who may have been motivated by their sense of justice resorted to highly questionable means to extract a confession from a suspect who was too weak to resist. Mr. Whitmore.
Love that for them.
Their colossal blunders in the Career Girls murder case almost put George Whitmore Jr. on death row for a crime he certainly did not commit. No formal charges were ever brought against the detectives. They consistently denied any wrongdoing in their case. But how Whitmore was able to supply a 61-page confession to a double murder he never committed was never explained.
Wow.
61-page confession. Yeah.
So I want to draw everybody's attention. There is a great scene in the TV show.
And I
I swear to God, if you were going to say the other guys,
No,
I'm just going to throw myself through the window.
There's
Columbia Pictures 2010.
There's a great scene in the movie or the TV show called The Wire. And they have this kid in an interrogation room, and they talk about he wants an attorney, but he's like, yeah, blah blah blah, and they put him on a polygraph, which is a copy machine, and they strap him to this photocopier, and they have the answers in the tray that's going to come out. So they ask him, are you Julius Johnson or whatever? And they push the button, and they have the one guy, he's got low glasses, and he's, asking them the questions like a polygraph. And they ask him the first question, and he says, yeah, that's me. And they push the button, truth. And then they ask him, do you live at 106 Main Street in, whatever?
What?
Yes. And he's like, okay, push the button. Bzz, true. And then, did you kill Tukey Wilson?
Does
blah,
this
blah,
shit
blah.
really happen?
This was on the show.
So they push the button and it says lie because he said no. And it says lie. And he's like, oh, and the detectives are like, you mother. And he's like, okay, I should have, blah, blah, blah. I shot him, blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, yeah, that was back in the day. That was when photocopiers were a brand new thing.
Oh, so the guy thought that this was some new technology that was actually reading his thoughts.
Yes, they thought it was a lie detector test that they set up, and they set it up, and they got a confession.
How many people have been in prison for their entire lives because of this shady shit?
Yeah. Well, Caitlin,
That's
that's a good
another
question.
episode. Honestly, we're going to dedicate an entire episode.
But you see, Caitlin, that's a very good question. I'm sorry. Did you want to wrap up your little
But anyway,
anecdote there?
I thought that because for years I would talk to my students about how you have to
ask for an attorney immediately.
No,
Don't talk to the cops at all.
as a detective, you have to follow certain guidelines. And back in the day, they used to do some shady shit. And I would used to tell them about the copier, and then this episode on The Wire come out. And I'm like, holy crap! They
nuts.
made a whole episode about this real thing that used to happen back in the day. Anyway, catch it. You should check it out if you do a search for The Wire copier lie detector, whatever. It's a great scene. But yeah, as detectives, you really have to abide. You can lie in certain, like I talked about earlier, but you really have to
trick. You can play
certain.
For sure. But as civilians, you should
Yeah.
just ask for an attorney immediately.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't give
see,
anything
now, this is an excellent point Caitlin has. I do want to give a little wrap up here of Robles, the convictor. So he had been publicly protesting his innocence. Robles, who was in prison, found guilty.
Right.
He had publicly
He's the guy who
protested
really did it.
his innocence. He really did it. He did not admit his guilt until a parole board hearing in November 1986.
Wow. And then he's
20
like, you know
years in
what?
jail.
Fuck it. I did it.
He admitted he broke into the apartment to obtain money for drugs. He assumed at first it was empty, but Wiley, who had been taking a shower, appeared. In her towel, he attacked and raped her. Hoffert, the other roommate, showed up shortly afterward, and he attacked her as well. Defiantly, she told him...
Wait, hold on. Caitlin, are you laughing at rape and murder?
So defiantly, she told him she would remember
Wow.
his face and report him to the police. That's when he murdered both her and Wiley. Of course, they rejected his parole to the nature of the crime. No charges were ever pressed against the detectives that had obtained Whitmore's, and this is in quotes, confessions written. Now, what's awesome about this case is my other point here. I think we're doing good on time. We're wrapping up well. The case, I'll just, basically.
Are you going to read it from the internet?
Everybody, I think, no, maybe not the younger viewers. I don't know about, and I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I don't know about other countries. In the U.S., there is a thing called the Miranda rights.
Yep.
What?
And as Caitlin was saying earlier, don't say a fucking word. Sit there and don't say a word.
Nope.
You don't have to say a damn thing.
The only thing you should say is attorney.
Yep. Attorney. Don't say a word.
Anytime I ran across a career criminal, That's
Yeah.
I'd sit down and we're going to do a recording. No, we're not. I'd like my attorney.
Yep.
Yeah. And because they know.
They
Because they know.
As
But-
soon as they put the cuffs on,
Yeah.
attorney.
Yeah.
None of this was available before then. The case of Whitmore and his treatment by the police was one of many examples. It wasn't just Whitmore, but it was like the final straw. It was examples used by the U.S. Supreme Court issued the guidelines known as the Miranda Rights in June 1966, by which when a defendant is taken into custody and accused of a crime, he must be advised of his constitutional rights.
Yes.
Not
The
correct.
right to an attorney.
Not accurate.
Now,
Not accurate at all.
comments?
Yes,
Questions,
not
comments,
accurate
concerns?
at
We're
all.
getting somewhere here with this.
So you've mischaracterized Miranda just a little bit.
Now, I am just quoting Wikipedia. I
Okay.
realize there is flaws here.
So Miranda says that if you have somebody in custody and you're going to interrogate them, then you need Miranda. But if you, let's say I arrest you, Al, for a child support warrant, and I'm going to put the cuffs on you, just fill out the paperwork and take you to jail. I don't have to read your Miranda. I'm not interrogating you. So Miranda made the Supreme Court made it very clear that you have to have two things in place for the requirement to read these constitutional rights: custody, arrest, or in place or in a place where you feel that you don't have the freedom to leave.
When you ask, "Am I being detained?"
Right. So let's say I bring you into the box, and it's locked, and there's a detective, and you like, I don't think I have a right to leave, even if you're not under arrest. That's considered custody. And then when I ask you questions that are designed to elicit an incriminating response,
which is your right to do,
right,
as an officer.
right,
That's your job.
that's the definition of an interrogation. Now, if I ask you your name, date of birth, stuff like that for just paperwork, that's not interrogation. Just
Like, you can't lie about who you
biographical
are.
stuff, right?
So, but if you don't say anything at that time, is that when they add charges like you're resisting the police, you're resisting arrest, you're
No,
being
that's
combative? I mean, are they? See, I wonder, is that?
no. If you start lying about your name or
Okay.
thing like that, you make up an ID. But yeah, so and understand that prior to the Miranda decision, officers were required to inform their arrestees of their constitutional rights. They weren't called Miranda. They were required to advise them of their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and their Sixth Amendment right to an attorney. It just wasn't designed as the Miranda rights.
Okay.
But were they doing that?
No, not all. No, I'm sure
Yeah.
that there were plenty that were doing it,
Right.
but
Not all.
the Miranda decision, and actually in the Miranda decision, there was a lot of cases that were similar to that, and they all lumped them under Miranda. And it said Miranda decision is going to cover all of these other cases. Al,
Right.
you're going to do trivia in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I have a trivia question for you.
All right. Okay. Well, wait a minute. let's just
Oh,
get some
yeah,
closure
definitely.
on these two
Well,
gentlemen.
it's about a Miranda.
Real quick.
It's about-
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So what did Miranda do? Because he got convicted, even though they threw out the confession. Miranda. What did he do after he got out of prison for a little bit of side money?
It's so good. It's like really good.
He opened an alligator farm in Florida.
Think like John Wayne Gacy kind of thing.
Yeah, good call.
Whoa.
You gotta monetize.
Monetize your. All right, I'll tell you. He actually signed autographed Miranda cards, Ernesto Miranda.
And sold them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I would love to get my
Nice.
hands on
Yeah.
an autograph.
And I believe that was Miranda versus Arizona.
It was.
If people want to look that
Ernesto
up.
Miranda.
Ernesto Miranda
He was
versus
arrested
Arizona.
for kidnapping and sexual battery of a lady, and they had to end up. They threw out his confession because it was coerced, but they had enough anyway that they did get a confession.
Okay.
Confession.
Interesting.
Conviction.
Coerced confession again. Okay.
Now,
Good on him
now,
for
just-
paving the
just-
way for Miranda rights, but also fuck him for being an asshole.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he was killed in a bar fight. He was stabbed to death in a bar fight,
Ooh.
and the guy who killed him read his Miranda rights.
Oh shit!
Now that's beautiful. Is that poetic justice or what?
Circle.
Is that yes? Is that not beautiful?
Circle of life.
You see, folks, it's amazing. I just want to give. I know everybody out there really, you're waiting. Just a little closure here on the two men in the case. So what happened was Whitmore, James Whitmore Jr., falsely accused. He was occluded in jail. He made a life for himself in Wildwood, New Jersey. He successfully sued for false arrest. He was awarded $500,000 by the city of New York.
Hey, we got to
What
play
year
by the
was that?
rules.
I'm sorry?
What year was
63,
that?
66.
That he was awarded that much.
Yeah.
66, 67,
Okay,
late
so that's probably
60s.
a lot more money now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Probably a million.
Good for him, though.
He
you know?
operated a commercial fishing boat for a while, but he was later disabled in a boating accident. Here we go, this irony thing.
Yeah.
He blew through the award money, was unemployed for long stretches, suffered from depression and alcoholism. He never married. He was the father of 4 daughters and 2 sons.
Okay.
He died on October 8th, 2012, in a nursing home of a heart attack at 68.
Wow. Ugh.
Richard Robles, the actual murderer, he was a New York State inmate, number 66A0003. He is still in jail in the Green Correctional Facility. He has been denied parole several times. He has taught fellow prisoners computer skills in jail, and he received an associate's degree. He's still alive in jail
Cool.
How old is he?
till he dies. I got to say he's got to be 70s.
70s, yeah.
He's gotta- Well, yeah, because Whitmore was 19 and he was 22. So Whitmore died 8 years ago. So yeah, he's 70s.
Yeah.
Still in jail.
Wow.
So there we go, folks. That is one of the main cases that led to the Miranda rights. Well done, Camille. I like the clarification that Camille always does.
Mhm.
And there we go. That is it. Career Girls Murders. Miranda rights. Boom. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, everybody.
We doing a break?
Or are we doing...
Are we going into a break or are we
We're
doing
going to break.
We're going to break.
Good,
break,
because
break,
I
break.
have to pee.
Break.
You see,
know, you only
as
rent
we
beer.
age. Yeah, one beer.
Break it.
Nice.
But we're still alive on this thing.
No one's watching. We've got what? 3 people?
There's 2 here.
Who's the third?
Is my mom gone?
Your mom's
Mom?
not even watching, dude. That's sad. Your mom's not even watching.
Someone tell us who you are.
Tell us.
I need to know. Do you think it counts us as a viewer since it's on here?
Kind of sad.
Probably. How funny.
Oh, we got a like. We got 1 like.
I don't think
Wow,
so,
we have
because it fluctuates from 2 to 3.
we have
No.
3 viewers and only 1 like. That's kind of sad.
Well, it was the context. I didn't like it.
No, I appreciate you trying to talk while you're peeing. No, that's good content. Good content.
April got her massage.
So, yeah,
Step over the table.
here, go.
Step on the table.
Hurt yourself.
Go around.
You can't be doing those things if you think you're going to.
Ask us questions.
Oh yeah.
Mystery.
Throw it out there, mystery person. Mystery person.
How much do you think one of those Miranda cards actually fetches for?
Oh, I would think $20-$30 maybe.
Oh, that's it?
It can't be. That's got to be a niche.
You think it's, well, I was wondering.
Is that the right thing? Niche?
Yeah, it's a small market. If that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well,
I mean, how many people actually know of the existence of that kind of stuff?
But then it's like, how many did he actually sign, though? Like,
Yeah,
did he
that's true.
oversaturate the market?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, thank goodness Al's out.
Oh, you're gone. Do you need to go, Dustin?
I do need to go.
Go ahead. I'll
You're
wait.
good. You're good.
You sure? No, go ahead, because I have a small bladder.
I thought you were going to say something.
You know what? I'm sorry that your mom and your
You got a
sister
small
aren't even
what?
watching.
Well,
You
they
couldn't even get your, like,
You can't even get your
I'm
you can't
gonna-
get your
I'm texting
mom,
niece now.
your
This is
sister,
your
or your
special
niece.
one.
your special episode. We let
Considering-
you go live.
considering they didn't know about it until I texted them like 10 minutes ago, I'll give
Hey.
them that.
Why is your friend, Jody? Why is your friend that you always watch not watching? That's what I wonder. You always.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I shared it with her.
Plus,
But I've got a
Everett always
voicemail.
loves.
I've got a voicemail from Mama Lane.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, if anybody's watching,
I
we'd
never
love
have
to
seen
hear
it.
from
I
you.
never have
This
seen
is
it.
our half-hour pee break that we always take. So
I'm not sure if we're watching a recording of previous or it's live. I don't know. Give me a call back.
Hey, Mom, so I just heard your thing for Jody. No, we're live right now. We are live. Hi, Mom.
go on Murder Hour Podcast.
Murder Hour Podcast. on YouTube. Say hi, Mom.
That's not creepy at all.
Murder Hour podcast on YouTube. So everybody that's watching, the dozens. All right. Nice.
Oh, now we only have two people on.
Now everybody's
Oh,
on.
somebody left.
Nice.
So we scared the third person off.
Yes.
You know what I'm digging? I'm
It was-
digging the time
it was-
frame. That was a good,
it was
concise
weird.
story. We got to the murders. We got to the facts.
Yeah.
A little bit of debate. I like it. That was good. You guys are gonna love the questions.
I'm excited.
I'm excited about the questions now. Yes.
I don't know how I found them. I put it on YouTube. I put my phone on YouTube. And I typed in Murder Hour Podcast. I went down, I saw them, clicked on that, and
Oh, we lost a viewer.
they came live.
We scared them.
I think I got too close to the camera. I'm sorry. They're probably like, this is boring. Well, we're really not doing anything. That's probably what they left. They'll be back.
Stay tuned for more
Well,
information.
What do you, who's wearing what?
Is that Mom?
Do you see Ellen waving right now? 'Cause-
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Mom.
No,
They're watching the old one.
no, you're watching an old one. So
I don't know how.
go to YouTube. Hold, let me put you on speaker.
It's on
You have
there
to-
if you do the thing.
Okay.
She may not know where to click. I don't know. Is there a
Okay,
live
so-
button? Or?
When they were live,
So what you do is
are
I'm
you
watching.
guys still live on
go to
YouTube?
the Murder
Yeah.
Hour Podcast. If you search for it, Murder Hour Podcast.
Go to Murder Hour
Search
Podcast
for Murder Hour
on
Pod-
YouTube.
Search for Murder Hour.
Okay, and then up at the top, Murder Hour Podcast, and then click on their
The
like
actual logo.
insignia. Not Murder Hour Podcast, but the circle in the left corner,
The logo.
the logo.
You have no way of doing that. How can you do that on the television?
I was
No, no. You got to do it on your computer, Mom. Probably. Yeah.
I looked at you guys and it says, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
That's
That
the
one.
one they're doing.
May not
Yeah.
know how to do it.
Right now, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
She's already upset.
Hey!
Well, it's a smart TV. She
So
doesn't know
can
how
you
to do
see
it.
it?
Can you select
She
it?
just uses the.
Yeah, but I don't see you in there. Are you in there, Jody?
I'm sitting up against the wall.
It's
You
too-
can't
she's
see
already
me.
made that.
Can you see us?
Okay, so this right
Hello.
Do you see me flicking off Al?
Alan's on the right, Camille's on the top right.
What am I doing, Mom? What am I doing right now?
No, I'm not in there right now, babe. I'm going out because Ron's like, well, it keeps stopping. And I'm like, see, only one is watching. When I was in, there was two watching.
But well, that's
We're not very popular.
Okay, wait a minute.
They're just starting off. They have to build up.
I mean, there's just a slight.
I'm
So
going to go back in. I'm going back in. Hold on.
There always be.
There's just a slight delay. I mean,
There's
it's only
a slight
it's like
delay.
a
There
second.
is a slight delay.
1,000.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it can be
That's what it
It's
is.
just a 2-second delay.
a minute. Sometimes it can be
1, 2. 1, 2.
Okay,
I'm not a
so
fan of
let's see.
we're doing all this recording so that one person can watch us.
Can't wait to post this later and go watch this.
Where's Barb? Where's Everett?
Hold on, I'm sorry.
So there is quite a lag between the two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a 30-second
Yeah,
delay.
it's-
Yeah, he's sitting down.
And he just took a sip of beer.
It's like
Yeah, he just sat down.
Okay, all right. So you're on live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Mom,
it's
can you
not
hear me?
bad.
Can you
Okay.
hear me, Mom?
He's
Ma-
drinking, so it is quite a lag.
There's a-
That's all right. Okay, so at least they're on. We have 3 people on now. What?
I'm one of them.
So there you go.
And can you hear us, Mom?
And I'm just sitting up against the
I don't
wall.
know much.
Okay,
Hi,
so
Mom.
against the wall.
Hi.
And you dropped off.
Hey,
I'm
Mom.
trying to stretch
Mom.
my back.
Oh, Mom. Mom, can you?
Mom,
Can you text
Mom.
Logan and
Right?
let her know this is going on?
Mom,
I know.
Please.
Mommy.
She'll dig it.
mommy,
Get another view.
Okay.
Thank you.
mommy.
I love you guys.
Love
Mom.
you.
Careful.
I'm sure our
Bye.
debut audio recording is awesome when we have to call our mom to get us to follow.
Right.
Well, this is how Leonardo da Vinci started. Okay,
With his mom.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
his mom,
Your mom.
my mom.
Your mom.
All right.
All right.
All right.
The mother
All
is the
right.
biggest
Oh.
fan.
You know what? I meant to bring my scorecard so that I could see that I could show you guys that I'm crushing you
Do you
guys
have, like,
in
a
video.
tally? Like, are you gonna keep score?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I want to ask you guys about that. Should we just do like no score and I'll make up the score as we
no.
go, or do we want to?
No.
No problem.
Yeah, we have to. We
I'm
have
ready
to.
for either.
Fuck that! I got a trash talk.
Oh, you think you're gonna win?
Okay.
Yes.
This doesn't say thing. It's
You think you're gonna win? That's cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're as cute as little thing in the world.
It's between breathy and you're just sitting over here on your phone.
And
Well,
just
you-
to make
I
it
was on my phone like 2 seconds.
Wait. Why don't you have a?
You know what I like? He was
Nickname for
Hoppy
her.
Boy. Now he's Breathy. I kind of like Breathy. I liked Hoppy Boy.
Why can't you have a
You know what?
nickname
He's
for
breathing 'cause all
Caitlin?
I hear is
Oh, you know what? This speaking of breathing, are we doing the beer moment then?
Yes, we
Trigger?
have to. Yes, we have to do the beer moment first.
All right.
Beer moment. Beer moment. Dustin.
So what we're gonna do is D.
also very rude.
K.
Teaming up against me.
No,
C.
I'm on nobody's team.
horse.
We're
shit.
just better than you.
D, K, and C, and I'm just gonna. It's gonna be just 1 point
no,
each.
you're on video.
I'm making it
See,
simple.
I see the fist
You're on
bumps?
video.
Well, hey, what, you didn't see anything.
Coordinating my demise.
What do you think? What do you think, Cordell? Just throw them in. They'll think I did it.
All right, let's do this.
My
Let's do some
God.
beer moments here.
All right, Caitlin, you're bringing us back from the beer moment.
Beer
Drop my
moment.
Thank you, all of our viewers. Thank you. We love
All 2 viewers. You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks
Al's
all 2
mom.
of you.
Yeah,
you. Thanks to Al's
Who's
mom.
not even watching.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's,
and Ron. Hey,
she's
Ron.
already out.
Ron's there. Hi, Ron, too. Thank you, Ron. Ron and Mom.
We
And
really
Logan.
need them to watch separately, though.
Yeah, we need more viewers. Ron,
Matt.
go on your laptop.
Hey,
No,
and,
don't
and
worry
remember to tell them to subscribe
Right,
and all
right,
that.
right.
So,
about
okay.
it. Logan. Hi, Logan. Hopefully.
Mash the subscribe button. I don't care if you actually subscribe or care to.
Mash.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. And we are back with the beer moment. Right? Are we going to beer moment?
Beer
Or are we-
moment.
Hell yeah, we're doing
Okay.
beer moment.
I
Al's
didn't know
beer
if we were
moment.
switching it up because we're live on YouTube, which you should find us and subscribe. And then you should like us also on Facebook.
Yes.
And follow us on Instagram. We're a little more
Wait,
active on Instagram.
so you subscribe, you push the button, right?
mash it.
Mash.
it.
It's called Mash now, apparently.
Mash the button.
And then you like us on Facebook,
Mhm.
Murder Hour Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Murder Hour Pod.
Listen to our dogs.
And listen to our dogs whine in the background.
Shut
And-
up.
Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You know what to do. You're with it.
Yeah. Any streaming services.
Right. We're on it.
We are
Yeah.
there. We are there like swimwear.
Yes.
It's weird.
Speaking of swimwear, I just have to say, and I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you, Caitlin, if you had more. I'm
You
sorry.
did not.
Oh, okay, I
never
just was-
have more.
As we always grope for significant segues here on the show, I would just like to thank wholeheartedly, sincerely, Sonny's Wine and Liquor,
Yes. Our sponsor.
our
Oh,
sponsor.
yeah,
Sonny,
sponsor.
you are the man. And folks, again, please, he's such a nice man. He said, "Hey, don't worry about it. Just like me on Facebook." He said, I'm not in it for big time here. He gave us a 12-pack of beer. So the next few of our podcasts will be beer from Sonny's that he
Yes.
gave us. He also let us put a poster in his door.
Yeah. He is the
Support.
man.
I mean, he's the man.
Like,
I mean, he just
if
what a
you-
nice guy.
His level of knowledge about like beer, liquor, and
Yeah.
then wine.
Everything
is
he
always
has
amazing.
is he knows about it. You want it. He's like, we can get it if we don't have it. And he's super cool, super chill. If you're floating through town, if you live here, you should definitely go to Sonny's Wine and Liquor. And I'm not just saying this because he's a sponsor. I'm saying it because we've been going there for years.
We've been
now.
going there for
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dustin,
He knows us by name now.
yeah,
I
Dustin,
don't know if that says more about us or about him, but anyway, you should go. Great prices, great selection.
And isn't he the king of something in Volusia County?
He's the keg king of Volusia County.
That's right.
Hell yeah, brother.
Self-proclaimed king of Volusia County.
And that came about because my son was getting married, and Dustin made an awesome beer dispensing table or whatever it was.
Kegerator beer tap.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Which we can show you a picture of it.
So
That's great.
Dustin called Sonny's and said, "Hey, we need some kegs." And Sonny's like, "Yeah, I am the keg king of Volusia County."
I love it.
Yep.
And he's right. I mean, he provided kegs and all kinds of stuff.
And
Yes.
not only that, because I had no clue. The last thing I knew about a keg was from the 80s, and they weighed like 300 pounds. So I brought my truck. I'm freaking out. He's like, no, come here. Let me show you. He took me in the cooler, said, here's the different sizes. Here's what I recommend. Here's what I was like, thank you. Because I didn't have a freaking clue. And it was only like $90.
Yeah.
And it lasted.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a long time. Yeah.
It's amazing how nice this guy is. When we were talking about the sponsorship, we went in there and he's just like, "Hey guys!" I mean, he is one of the greatest guys.
I mean, we're putting his kids through college with the amount of
Right.
With
I went through.
with as much as we're putting him through Harvard.
Right.
Bottles and bottles and cans and cans.
All right.
Speaking of cans, all right, folks, it's always exciting at this point, and
So
you
we're not
guys
talking
get to
about
see it.
butts.
But
So I always,
We can.
as you guys have heard, you've listened. I saw this big secret. I keep all the beer hidden in a cooler. I don't tell anyone what it is.
because you are Al the what?
Al the Beers Guy, and you can also find me on Instagram at Al's the Beers Guy. Not Al's. Al the Beers Guy. I'm sorry. I'm very excited. I'm nervous.
You know, if there are any other show that
Nervous.
have a beer guy, they are shit compared to our beer guy.
We've got the best beer guy.
We do have the best beer
That's
guy.
They don't know I can
fight
hear
their
them.
beer guy.
Ooh,
Hey,
hey, that could be
anybody out there who wants to put your beer guy against our beer guy?
We challenge you to a duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll.
A beer off.
I just say
you will.
send somebody over here and let Dustin beat him up. That's what I want to see.
Well, I was thinking like more of an Aaron Burr type situation.
We probably need to explain to some viewers Aaron Burr, but we'll get that later. Okay.
Right.
So here comes the beer. Anyway, but seriously, thank you, Sonnies. So the next four, sorry, I keep hitting the table shit. The next 4 of our segments will feature beer that Sonny, actually the next 3, because we drank a set of them, but we already did it at a beer. Anyway, that's also something we're going to come up with in February. We want to do our Murder Hour Beer Fest. I think we're going to maybe work on.
Yes,
We've been doing this.
Is
This
it
will be
February when we do
Yes.
our wow?
February. It's coming up already. This will be our 6th.
6-year beer fest.
Got a
Sixth
bone
year.
to pick with you about the
God,
beer
is it
fest
the
this
6th
time.
already?
Yeah.
Just because I won and you
So-
didn't win last year?
Oh, there's
No,
this-
because you don't give anyone else a 5 unless it's your own beer. Which
That's
is,
not true. That's
What?
not true. at all.
No, it's true.
We could do a half an episode on that alone. So thank you, Sonny, for the beer. I've got a beer from Florida this week. It's from Sarasota Brewery. It's a Dustin Kolsch.
Ooh, another Kolsch.
Nice.
Please
Fancy.
distribute it to
Oh,
Kevin.
oh, oh,
It's
there you go,
called
Kevin.
Poolside.
Oh no!
Poolside Kolsch.
Say
How do you pronounce
Kolsch.
that? Kolsch.
Kolsch style
Kolsch.
ale. Dustin?
We'll share. I'll share with Caitlin.
Okay.
Who's the three that keeps
Someone's
popping on?
hungover.
Oh,
Someone
is Dustin hungover just a little bit? Huh?
No.
Oh,
A
Dustin
30-year-old
hungover.
hungover on a Saturday? Come on. No
Oh.
way.
Yeah. And then I got in the attic at 8 in the morning. I'm
Oh,
sitting
nice.
there running wire, sweating my ass off.
And I was
Oh,
completely
very good.
dehydrated.
Yes.
Very nice. All right, folks. So let me just a brief description. This is by J Dubs Brewing Company, Sarasota. Nice burp. J
you.
Dubs Brewing Company, Sarasota, Florida. It's called Poolside Kolsch Style Ale. Nothing fancy. We can actually show you the can as we're doing it.
A little bit.
There you go.
Sit backwards.
A little
you guys.
backwards, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's beer. It's in a can. Drink it already. Move on. Are we getting to the trivia? We heard about trivia. Okay. So I'm trying to see. Oh, it is 5% alcohol by volume.
Mhm.
And if you go back, I believe it was our last episode, perhaps, or the one before, Dustin actually looked up the definition of a Kolsch. We had a little discussion about
Oh
that.
yes.
So you can listen to our episode, or of course Google it. You know, whatever.
Just listen to my episodes. That's all you need to do is listen to
Great White North.
my episode.
Great White North.
Great White North.
All right. So, Everybody,
fish fry.
are we ready to try the beer?
Yes.
As Camille shamelessly plugs
All right.
yet again.
Uno, dos.
Let's
prematurely shot my wine. I'm sorry.
let's imbibe.
It's a common problem, Caitlin.
I get it.
I mean, Al understands.
I understand. It's nice. But wait.
This is delicious.
Breathy. Get it under control.
I am getting a aggressive nod by my love Vivian. She likes it. You want to try some? And this is not a beer drinker, and she says it actually tastes pretty good. So, yeah. My opinion, a non-beer drinker likes a beer. I think that's a good sign, and it is pretty good. And this is definitely, and Dustin and I generally agree on this, like a poolside beer, outdoor beer, a mowing
Yes.
grass beer.
This
Yeah.
is definitely a poolside beer.
Yeah, I can see that as a pool. I think that's an appropriate.
Honestly, I want to drink this by the pool tomorrow for sure.
No hops, no real aftertaste. Well, no aggressive hops, no real aftertaste.
I gave up my beer and haven't gotten it back yet. So thank you.
That's what she said.
Hey, I gave up my beer when I was 16.
I like my
It was a
finger.
little awkward, but you know.
So please, text us. Tell us, when did you give up your beer?
Yes.
Never.
If you
I
want
would
to tell
never
us
give up
when
my beer.
you gave up your beer and why, you can tell us on Instagram,
Nice.
Facebook.
Please don't
Or
go into
YouTube.
detail.
Yes, we want to hear all about how you gave up your beer.
Yeah. See, this point in the podcast, folks. This is where we loosen up. We kind of get rolling. We're not thinking at all. That was beautiful.
The
Plug
second
again.
half.
Yes,
Even though I didn't
yes.
say where they could reach us, I'm like
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook.
No.
You can figure it out.
I was like, we're not thinking.
Yeah.
We're not.
All right, so
Uh,
who's
Caitlin.
saying what? Caitlin.
I love it. I could drink this every day forever. It's refreshing. It's light. It's a perfect summer beer. And I know we're at the close of summer. For
We're
most
in Florida.
states.
Close of
We're in
summer in
Florida.
other states.
So we've got another 6 months of summer.
We're just getting started, kid.
Anyway,
It
I
could
can
not have been more
dream that we're
humid
at the
today.
close of summer. But this is like a spectacular beer. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
And then it's like it's a 10
Really,
out
a
of 10
10 out of
because
10.
it's something like the drinkability it's incredibly drinkable. Like I'm sad that I just have this one can in my hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Al.
Sorry, guys. Well, we only had 3, so
Don't
we do what we
apologize.
can. If only we knew a place where we could get more. Oh, you know what? We could go to Sonny's.
go to
What? In
Sonny's.
DeLand?
In DeLand on 15A.
Yes.
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
Who's next?
Camille, your thoughts?
I enjoy the shit out of this beer.
This is really good.
I have a very, very difficult time giving anything a 10. Because I don't think because if I say that it's a 10, then that is the 100% perfect beer. But I'm going to give it a 9.275 for sure. It is a very, very drinkable beer. It's a good beer. What's that
Could we
decimal?
limit our decimal placements to 1?
Oh, are we not doing multiple decimals? All right. I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Fair
All right. I'm enjoying this. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much, but I know that my wife picked J-Dubs a couple of years ago for our beer fest, which is coming up in February. We're going to have a
Yes.
Murder Hour beer fest. It's going to
Live
be
on
awesome.
YouTube.
Live on YouTube, and I won last
God
year.
bless Dustin.
Dustin is the reigning champion. Blah blah blah. But
Dude, you still have to admit that Hefeweizen I brought to the table was a 10.
all Hefeweizens are good.
You know it to be true.
It's good.
Get the fuck out of
It's
here.
really so. Al, what do you think?
I got to give it a 10. This is up there. I think I blathered on. Excuse me.
A little bubble.
You got something in your mouth, Al.
I was just gulping it.
Something down your throat.
Camille got me off guard. Yeah, there's the can again. There's certain beers like Beck's, St. Pauli Girl, Bass. I could drink all the time, and those are my 10s. This is up there with one of those because it has that same. It's kind of a Bex-ish flavoring,
Yeah.
kind of a St. Pauli. It's awesome, and I don't think it's not as heavy. It's
That's
a lighter,
excellent.
It's really light.
Beck's St. Pauli Girl Bass kicks your ass. It's like a winter beer, but
Bass kicks her in.
Bass will kick your ass. Dustin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, man, you're good at ruining other people's
Wow.
talking points.
No, that was
No,
an
it's good.
introduction.
Yeah,
that was
And
an introduction.
There
There you
went
go.
all our listeners and viewers. They're
Well,
gone.
we had one.
Mom,
Your mom is
Your mom's not even watching.
Your mom isn't even watching.
Mom,
She
Mommy?
watched it and she was like, "They're
She's like-
fucking,
Later.
they are loaded. Screw this. They'll never know that I'm not watching."
Oh, we know. We know.
We know.
No, this is a 9.5 for me. This is really good.
That's what I said, a 9.5.
You guys
Yeah,
are
but
lame.
then you're like,
Awesome.
I don't know about awesome. Anyway, but no, this is a delicious poolside beer. I definitely could drink this 24/7.
Oh,
my
I'm
God.
sorry. I don't
It
want
is.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
I just found some out.
You gonna burp like Camille?
No,
it's
no,
cool,
no, no,
dude.
no,
Nobody
no.
can burp.
No.
Whatever, dude. I'm out of here.
Just read the side of the can. I'll let you read it. On the side there, it says.
I've
it's
already-
in the can. I'm sorry.
I've already koozied it.
Apparently, it won a gold medal in the 2016 U.S. Open Beer Championship.
It should have.
No, I
And
believe it.
I absolutely agree. That is a gold medal beer. Live the life you love. There it is. Because all beer, dare to dream.
Yeah.
All these good beers like this, they have little quotes and comments and
Love it.
sayings. Cheers. Well done.
Thank you.
job.
Well
iDub
done,
Brewing.
Al.
iDub Brewing. All right.
Thank
So,
you.
Al, you are Al the what?
I am Al the Beers Guy at Instagram.
Yes.
And I have again brought a beer that has knocked it out of the park. I think,
Yes.
but that's my job, so I guess I should. Okay.
You better.
Dustin.
Thank you to Sunny's Liquor. We really do appreciate the beer, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm.
All right,
For sure.
let's go into trivia.
Ooh, trivia.
We just keep rolling here.
Yeah,
Do you want?
sure.
Does the? Do you
What?
want to introduce it or just go right into it?
Oh shit!
Hang on.
Right. So we holding on.
Nope, keep going.
So this is a special episode because we're live on YouTube, which none of you are watching. So
Right now.
we see
I'm
that.
gonna-
We
they're gonna-
know. We know.
We're going
everything.
to track you bitches down.
But
No,
it's also a special episode because Al is doing trivia.
Trivia, which Dustin's sure that he's going to win.
Right.
for whatever-
Dustin thinks he's gonna win, which
Dustin-
is adorable.
Dustin knows he's gonna win because this is gonna be all about football.
And I love that for him, but he's not gonna win. So
Yeah, the
I'm
trivia
probably not gonna
basically pertains to serial
Does someone have the
killers.
hiccups?
Oh, I got it.
do have the hiccups. I don't know
Statistics
why.
of serial killers and such. Sorry, Dustin. Dustin, hey, everybody's a suspect.
Hey,
Everybody has an equal shot.
remember the Saturday Night Live? I was to understand there would be no math in this debate.
oh, is there math?
He said statistics.
There are percentage.
I'm out. I
questions.
should know. Any numbers, I'm out.
I do closest to the pin though. I do closest to the
no,
pin.
sorry.
Awesome. That's
So,
all. I can do the
we're fair here.
economic keys.
Al
Is that what they
trivia
say?
is fair.
Nice. All's
All right.
fair.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
All's fair and
So-
all
thank you,
trivia.
Dustin.
So is it all serial killers? Oh, wait. Is it international or domestic?
Both.
So you might have an an Andre Ticketillo on there.
No.
What?
No. England is in it a bit.
So whenever you're ready, limited.
Okay. All right. We good?
What are you doing, dude?
You gotta hold your breath for 10 seconds.
9 seconds.
Do you-
anyway.
You gotta do 10 Mississippis.
Do
One
you-
time I told Annie 10 minutes and she's like, fuck you.
Oh.
Because I was also inebriated.
Put this on your husband.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Do we have some intro music?
We do.
No.
Tell me when you're ready.
We gotta scare him.
Okay, we're good. I'm just gonna wing it once I hear the music and intro. Whenever you're ready, bro. And it's time for trivia. It's Al's Terrific Trivia Saturday. It should be Tuesday, but it's not Tuesday.
We don't have a bell. Do we raise our hand and the first one raise your hand?
Yeah, that's
you
what
call
we're gonna
on?
do.
What about saying the name?
I think you should say bing.
Should we say bing?
You could have a sound.
You know
Sound?
what? Yeah,
Sound
let's
name or-
do a sound.
That's my sound. Burp.
You sure yours isn't a hiccup?
I can't schedule a hiccup. That's the thing.
Schedule.
I think you should each say your names.
Okay.
Oh.
When you
All
know
right.
the answer, say your names.
I don't like saying my own name.
Okay, so what we'll do,
So you're gonna say my name?
So we have to say,
say
somebody
my
else's
name,
name.
say my name. Yes, so you'll be Caitlin.
All right, so I'll say Caitlin.
No, it's fine. Saying your own names, it's fine.
Just whatever's comfortable. I'm going to be watching you guys, but
Got
the
it.
first person will get the first shot. Okay,
Cool.
Yeah.
it's just going to be 1 point each.
Is it
nothing
all
fancy.
statistics?
No. There's only a couple statistics.
There are a lot of numbers.
There's not a lot of numbers. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a tick mark. And for those of you watching, you know the thing where you do the
two
four,
people
and
that
then
are
you
watching.
do this,
That are in this
and
room.
it's a
That's
five.
not your mom.
Okay,
Your
that's
sister
not my
or
mom.
niece?
So there's going to be 4 ticks. This is 5 anyway. I'm going to keep track.
This is going to be history when we
On
make
my
it big,
pad.
though. People are going to be like, wow, look at how bad
Remember
they
how
were.
embarrassing?
I keep forgetting we're on video, so it's like we need to. Okay. Wow.
You really got to aim for the 10 Mississippis.
Wow. Do you want? What is he? He has to drink sugar.
You got to hold your
Drink
breath
sugar?
for 10 seconds.
Someone-
Wow. Da. Let's just play some music for 10 seconds. All
right, now what do you got?
Okay. All right. What a decade. The 70s.
Uh,
All right.
Don't get me started on the 70s.
I think he's good, though. I think he's good.
No.
Okay.
Just going to have to work through it.
All right. I'm ready.
This is what separates us.
this is what separates the boys from the men.
That's right. This is what separates us from
That's
regular
called a
people.
crowbar.
Wow. All right. There's going to be roughly 15 questions here. I guess we're not in a huge
All right.
rush on time. We're good on time.
Go for it,
Let's
Al.
go for it.
At this point, it's just a shit show. So.
Okay, very
No
good.
one has
Dumpster
anywhere
fire.
to be or anything. Right?
We're good. Okay.
Love it.
I mean, we would like you to start sometime.
Yeah, I'm ready to kick some ass.
All right. See, Camille's just trying to psych you guys out. He doesn't nice. He doesn't really have the hiccups. All right. Welcome everyone to Al's Trivia. Dun, 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 dun. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to have a series of questions. Some are going to be percentages. Actually, they're all going to be
Percentages?
like I'm going to be basically ask a question, you give me an answer. Is pretty much what it's
Is
gonna
that
be.
how trivia usually works?
Typical.
Well, my point is, it's not going to be like I'm going to give you A, B, C, or D.
Good. So we're sticking with the
no.
regular concept of trivia.
Yes. Okay. So just let you know. Now there are a few here that
Al.
there's
Just go with
actually
it.
6 portions. Well, let's see how it goes. You're right. I'm
Do the
thinking-
numbers
I'm-
differentiate?
I'm
Like
just going with
halfway
it.
through, are
No.
we going to be like 4 points a question?
No,
Do I get half a point if I?
No, well, okay. There is one question that could be 6 points.
Oh, see.
Okay, that's it. There's one could be 6 points and one could be 3 points.
All right.
My fear is this may know it.
Question: if you hit it on the head, do we get like double points?
Okay, yes. In the case of the percentage questions, yes, absolutely.
I gotta keep track of
Absolutely.
my answers.
In
'cause
the
otherwise
case of
I won't remember.
percentages, yes, closest to the pen deal. If you nail it, double points.
Done.
All right.
All right.
Y'all are screwed.
Everybody good out there? Everybody excited?
Yeah.
Everybody had a drink? Okay.
If Vivian and
Hey, number
Jody.
2.
And hi to everybody out in England and Portugal, Spain, Israel, Tel Aviv.
Israel. Hello.
All right.
Austria.
Oh, don't get Camille started on Israel. Whoa, what? Too soon? What? Okay.
Muzzle self.
All righty.
Camille.
He should have to guess right now.
Camille
Yes.
gets
John Wayne Gacy.
-1. Camille starts with -1. All righty. Lonnie David Franklin Jr.
Caitlin.
known serial killer. He operated in Los Angeles in the 80s through the 2000s. What was his nickname?
Didn't we do?
Honestly, when the name was being read, all I could think of was FDR. So I'm clearly out of this one.
We talked about Lonnie.
Please reread the question.
Can you repeat the question?
Lonnie David Franklin Jr. And I know everybody out in the audience is screaming the answer right
Yes.
now. They're jumping up and down.
FDR.
Yes. Lonnie David Franklin Jr. He 10 confirmed victims, operated in Los Angeles, 80s through the 2000s. What was his nickname?
I'm going with FDR.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Wasn't he the one who drew his? Remember we talked about.
Wow. Okay, by the way, folks, I've never heard Camille in the 20 years I've known him never had hiccups. I've never heard him have hiccups. What the hell?
Remember we?
It was the Kolsch. It was the Kolsch.
Remember we?
The guy who
Remember,
draws all of his.
that's what I was wondering.
Mississippi.
I think that's the guy,
Let's
but
get
I don't
better.
remember.
This is going to go
I think you're
viral.
right,
You guys
though.
realize this is going viral
Oh, I
because of the
hope so.
hiccups.
That's
But I
all
don't know his nickname either.
I don't know.
I'm sticking with FDR.
We are each going to have like $100 at the end of the
Is it the drawing murderer? Or-
month. Well, I'll give you a hint.
there we go.
It's a play on words. Okay, there's a name that you call death. There is a nickname for
Mortis.
death. He's also known as
The Grim Reaper.
ding 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 ding
Fuck
ding.
yeah.
1 point for Dustin.
Fucking Dustin's on the
Suck
board.
it, you dumb sons of bitches.
He might fucking win.
All right, we're off.
Look at that. The idiot's gonna win.
Now,
Very
again, I wanted to choose these to be really hard. I didn't, not to, which this is the irony again. Dustin got the question, and you guys are the experts.
Yeah, that's
But
how it's.
I tried to choose a lot of obscure stuff. So,
Sorry.
also, Lonnie David Franklin Jr., how was he caught? How, what was used, what was gathered, what was found to get his DNA?
Dustin. Pubic hair.
Okay, little higher.
Uh,
It was something you
booby
eat.
hair.
It was something you eat. It was something you eat.
Not nipple
Sandwich.
hair.
I mean, it depends on whether they shave it or
It's
not.
something you eat.
bearded clam.
No, not sexual, not pubic.
Oh God.
Think Italian.
Spaghetti.
Okay, we're getting there in the genre.
Meatballs.
Motherfucker. Keep going.
Stuffed shells.
Lasagna. Pizza.
Okay.
Pizza.
Okay.
Pizza bone. Pizza bone.
Pizza
He
crust.
didn't eat his pizza bone, and they got his pizza bone from the trash, and they got it.
Okay.
Hey, get out of here. Get out of here.
Okay. well,
Horse shit.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Pick a boy.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Well, undercover
Pizza bone.
LA police officers obtained a sample of Franklin's DNA from a leftover pizza slice and matched it to
You
the
know
killer's
it's the pizza
DNA.
bone.
So
You know it's the
No one
pizza
calls
bone.
it a pizza bone.
Everybody
Dustin-
calls it the pizza bone.
He said leftover slice of
Yeah,
pizza.
and it's the pizza bone.
No.
Dustin gives.
It's the pizza
Wait,
bone.
hold on. Dustin gets a point.
Fuck yeah.
Camille is up to 0 because he talked about pizza
Okay.
in the trash.
I'll
Okay.
give it to you.
So
That's fair.
Dustin has 2.
Who doesn't call it a pizza bone?
Caitlin
Who calls it a pizza
and
bone?
Everybody.
Camille are at 0.
Should we take a minute to breathe?
No.
Maybe
No, no,
a
no, no,
deep
no.
breath that we should all take
Nope.
Wow.
and hold it for a couple seconds.
Did your heart feel okay?
What?
Did your heart feel
we gotta get more viewers.
great.
We're up to 2.
Because I think that could
This should be live. I don't understand why we're not
I mean,
famous.
just this alone. Can you zoom the camera in on him? I mean, we're just.
Al, you call it a pizza
I
bone,
can,
right?
but I'm highly intoxicated to do it.
All right.
I don't
Al, you call it a pizza bone, right?
I just call it crust.
right?
Idiot.
Damn, man, you can't insult him. That's how you
Jody,
don't
what do
get
you call it?
points.
You just lost a point, bro.
Pizza bone.
Are we,
Aw.
we're still on the first question?
That's
Yeah,
my
that was
number
the first
two.
question.
Second question. We're going to the
Jeez.
third, actually, Caitlin. All right, if everyone's ready.
What was the
Yes.
second question?
The second
That's the
question
pizza
was
bone.
how did they
How'd they
find
get
out?
them?
Oh, I see.
I can't imagine how you could have been distracted at all, Caitlin. So, question number 3. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. The Atlanta
Caitlin.
child murders.
Wayne Williams. Camille.
Okay.
God, what
Okay.
the fuck?
Good for you.
Camille is now
Good for you for saying
disqualified from the first question.
Dustin.
What was the name of the suspect in the
I
Atlanta child
said
murder?
I called my name,
You said it before you called your name?
but then I called my name and said
Yeah.
it again.
So he could still. To me, that's like.
We should
Yeah,
do the
I get the
bang.
points. I get
Bang! Bang in!
Bing. I said Camille.
You got it. I'll give it
All
to you.
right, thank
All
you.
right, Wayne
Wayne
Williams.
I
All
thought you were gonna make
right.
these hard.
All right.
That's what she said.
Okay. So we're all familiar, and of course, one of the
Hey,
best shows
are we
ever
back?
made.
Why are you taking notes? You
Mine
have
have-
no points.
She's keeping track of her.
I'm
I don't know.
just saying.
So-
I've got FDR, I've got Pizza Bone, I've got Wayne Williams.
This is going to be funny to read tomorrow morning, like at noon when you guys wake
Oh,
up,
yeah.
and you're going to read
What
what
the
she
hell is
wrote. and
that?
go,
Well,
"What
no,
the hell
we
is
got
that?"
brunch early
Nice.
in the morning, so we have to be
Okay.
up.
Oh
Brunch.
Lord,
Typically,
sorry.
not early.
Ooh,
Unless
Willow
I-
Tree?
I
Bonefish.
wish.
Don't you?
We're in a
Dude, we gotta
bonefish.
go to Willow Tree, sweetie.
Yeah, I
Was
could-
that really the question about
If you
the
could-
Atlanta child murder? What was his name?
Yeah, I wanted to throw that in because it was kind of easy, but not. And I
You're
thought it would be a deal.
Super easy,
I
right?
guess.
Well,
Wait.
I
have
thought
to
it was
ask
going to
questions.
be who would be first between the two. I thought you
No.
were going
Justin, did you know that?
Yes, I've seen Mindhunter.
What a great show, folks! Check it out,
I'm not gonna
Netflix.
do it. I'm not gonna
I was thinking.
Mind Hunter.
Mike Cunt.
Mike
Mind
Hunter.
Hunter.
Mike Hunter. We have 2 viewers, so we're
Who's
good.
Mike Hunter?
Your mom.
Wow!
Whoa!
At least my mom's still
Wait, too
around.
soon?
Oh my god.
That was a beautiful segue, though.
That's right, because Camille's mother is dead. And speaking of
God.
dead
No,
All right,
and
now
dead
what do you got?
bodies,
Yes.
no, it's okay. My father's dead. It's okay.
Okay.
Speaking of dead bodies, what was the name of the river the dead bodies were found in of the Atlanta child murders? What was the name of the river
Ooh, that's a
the
great
bodies
question.
were found in? I tried to do good here for you guys.
I don't know a fucking thing. These are really good questions.
That's a great question.
Dustin, St. John's. Nope.
Oh, really? We're just gonna keep shitting on the St. John.
Thank you for saying your name before the possible answer.
You know, I follow the rules, unlike somebody.
I know it's
That's what
Atlanta,
she
right?
said.
Well, what's a river flowing
Through
through
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
All right, and you know, I've seen I've shown the documentary a zillion times. I just still because if it were John Wayne Gacy, I know the river. Do you know the river? For the John Wayne Gacy, I do, and for Robert Ridgway, I know. The river.
I'll give you a hint. It's near Atlanta, Georgia.
That really helps.
Give us a first letter.
It's not the River Thames.
Please tell me it's R.
No.
Just like river.
I can't. It's a long Indian. Excuse me. It's a long Native American
There we go.
word.
There you go.
It begins with a C. What do people
The Chattahoochee.
do?
Oh shit!
Chattahoochee.
Ding 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 ding
Yeah,
ding ding.
yeah, suck
ding.
Way down yonder on the
This
table.
has gotta
That's
be-
exactly it.
This has got to be some of the most
Thank you.
riveting things on YouTube right now.
Thank
folks.
you,
You're
Alan
here, you're
Jackson.
watching.
Yeah, your mom's not even watching. Nor
Good.
is your sister, nor your greatest fans are your mom, your sister, and your niece, and they're not on. But then again, neither of my sons are either. So.
Well, it's all right. Vivian's here. That's
Yeah.
what really matters.
All right,
Thank
what do you
Vivian.
got? What do you,
She's right here.
Caitlin has to get on the board.
All right.
These are really hard questions.
Those are great
Okay.
questions,
the
Al.
ne- okay.
Yeah,
Everybody,
these are good.
I tried to be good. Okay. So the next category is Ted Bundy.
Ooh,
Everybody's
yeah.
awake. We stopped hiccuping. Thank you.
I did actually.
Where did
Nice.
Ted Bundy ask his ashes to be spread?
Dustin, Florida State.
And
Caitlin.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know.
You gotta say something, dude.
I don't know.
there
Camille.
were 4 states his activity was very. Okay, Camille.
Washington.
Ding, 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 ding.
But
Put the.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
fuck me over, bro.
This is actually more of a. I can't really do this. It's kind of hard, but just kind of a trivia statement. 4 of his victims were found where he wanted his ashes to be buried.
No, that's good.
And also, you guys know when they said, how many people did you kill? He said 36.
Mhm.
They said, was it 36? And he said, add a digit. Did you know that was a quote from him?
What?
Yes.
Add a digit.
I did.
Add a digit after 36. Add a digit before 36.
I think it's after.
He probably killed 100 or so.
Yeah, I
could see him.
don't think
Yeah.
he's in his hundreds.
Well,
You don't think so?
No, I would see 40s, but not hundreds.
all right. Caitlin might know this one.
Oh, are we supposed to hold back? Is that what?
The next question, Richard Ramirez. How did I should say several of his victims identify him to the police?
Camille.
General questioning and such. Camille, yes.
The upside down star.
No,
pentagram.
Very good, but no.
Dustin.
No,
Wiener. Damn it.
not as schlong. Caitlin.
Teeth.
Hey!
Because he had bad teeth.
Caitlin's on the board.
Sorry, Wiener is 2020 things.
He had bad teeth. That is how several of his victims identified him. All right. Next question. Eileen Wuornos.
Ooh, last
And
resort.
this blew me away. This was kind of creepy to me.
You're
creepy. What song did Eileen
Creepy
Wuornos request to be played at her funeral?
Really?
What
Man.
song did Eileen Wuornos request to be played at her funeral?
Can we get the artist?
Camille.
Oh, here we go.
Camille.
No.
Okay.
Careless Whisper.
No. Damn, good.
No.
If I give you the artist, Caitlin's
Wait.
probably gonna nail
Jody.
it.
Wait. Jody's asking.
Prop me up beside the jukebox.
Oh, who does that?
No.
Jackson. Alan Jackson.
Okay, I'll give you a
I
hint.
think
I don't-
so.
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. 10,000 Maniacs.
I don't know that. Is that an actual band?
Who was the lead?
Wait.
Who was the lead?
Stop.
Caitlin's got this. She's got it. I know
Come
she
on,
does.
Caitlin. You got this.
Come on, you nerd.
I know, but I don't know. Help. Can I phone a friend? And by friend, I mean Google.
No.
You can't phone a Google.
Can't vote. All right. Now, nobody knows.
Another hint.
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna like
Oh,
jab
yeah, I
this
think you
pen
gotta-
into my eyeball.
He can
What's
keep
another
hinting.
hint? Yeah. That's fine.
She had a solo album in 1995. She.
Dustin. Is it Dolly Parton?
No.
Damn
No,
it.
10,000 Maniacs.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't know who that
Since
is.
when?
Okay, she
That's
was
a group,
she
right?
Was, she was the lead singer for 10,000 Maniacs. 1995, she released a solo album,
Oh, Camille.
which Eileen
Camille.
Warnos
Camille.
played incessantly
Camille.
in her set.
Camille.
One more time.
Trying to-
Camille.
Yes,
Hell is for children.
wrong. No, that's Pat Benatar.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
Eileen Warnos played this
Dumbass.
album or cassette album, whatever. She played it over and over. She loved this album. She played it over and over and over and
I
over
get
in
it.
herself.
Because they're both lesbians.
There might be.
You
I
got
don't
us.
know.
Is
She
it
might be.
Alanis Morissette?
No.
You got us.
Okay. Her first name begins with an N.
Nancy Drew.
Nikki something.
Nancy Drew.
Her first syllable of her first name, Caitlin, is Nat.
King Cole.
Natalie.
Cole.
Caitlin?
I literally don't know.
Oh, okay. I figured out here. It was Natalie Merchant.
Of course.
Her song Carnival.
Dustin. Carnival.
Yes. She requested Carnival be played at her funeral by Natalie Merchant. And the album was Tiger Lily, for those of you listening and looking it up.
Can we think of anything more obscure?
Right?
You guys are good, because I wanted these to be...
We're not good.
But
we
these,
have-
these
have
are
one
way
and two.
better than we've ever been.
I mean, I wanted, because I figured if I was going with general stuff, you guys would just nail it. Dustin would be pissed, and we'd be all done by now. So,
Dustin
No.
is leading us, which
Yeah.
he said he would, which is weird.
okay. Now,
Suck it.
this question can be worth 6 points.
Hell yeah.
I've already marked off question 8 because I know I'm going to get it wrong.
All right, here we go. Or should I save this for the end for a catch-up thing? Nah,
There
let's
you
do
go.
it.
All right, let's go.
Well,
for it.
let's do it. Nah, let's go for it.
Oh,
I'm just afraid that these guys are going to just nice. I'm afraid that one of these guys are going to just nail it. I want Dustin
That's
to have it.
probably-
Although Dustin is ahead, so okay.
We're not on a great track here.
We are
so
totally nuts. Dustin's kicking our ass.
Yes, they're dumber than expected.
There are 6 phases of the serial killer's cycle. Name the 6 phases.
Oh, Camille.
Camille.
Killing, 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 killing.
This is a hard one. I thought maybe you guys kind of
Do
knew.
we get a
Maybe
hint?
Question:
Yeah.
Did he get one of them?
Um,
Did he get one?
It's like really has to be, right? Wait,
actually,
wait.
you did get one.
Wait, pre-killing,
You did get one. No.
pre-killing,
I didn't hear Camille say it.
pre-killing,
This is a
post-killing.
This is a 6-point deal, so I will divvy out a
Hobbit,
Now,
Brenner, Elevensies.
so there are 6 phases. They say. What do people generally see around? Some people can see this around.
There's
Oris,
an aura.
Dustin, Aura.
All right. Dustin did say it first, but I'll give it to Caitlin.
Bitch.
Why? All right. Now we're all pretty much tied up here. This is good. All right. The aura phase, where the serial killer begins losing a grip on reality. Phase 1. Phase 2. This is gonna be this is gonna be close. Okay. What? There are dicks on the internet that do what? They're called what? These guys get on the internet and they slander and they spread shit.
Dustin, Troll.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is a second phase is the
You would
trolling.
know, you fucker.
It's the trolling
Mark it down.
phase when the killer searches for a victim. All right, so there's 4 for Dustin.
So they troll victims.
All right. Yes. Okay. The third phase.
Come on. Planning.
No.
Shit.
Yeah, no. Okay, so
Dumbass.
let's look at it this way. They've lost reality. They're now searching a suspect. Okay, you found somebody. What do you want to do now? You found someone. Now,
Stalk them. Caitlin.
you've already stalked them. Now you want to approach them. Now you want them to.
Camille.
Yes.
Encounter.
What does a guy do to a chick when he wants to bang her?
Dustin.
Flirt.
It's an older term, like a 50s
Oh,
term.
I don't know. Dustin doesn't know.
Flatter.
It's kind of
Camille. Groom.
close.
Ew.
It's
I
called the
don't like that
wooing
term.
phase.
I think
It's
I get that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, anybody gets a point. I'd give it to.
Yeah.
Hiccups.
Grooming.
Hip hiccups, McGee.
Well, if I give him that point, though, you and he are tied.
I don't care.
Okay. All right.
We already
All
know
right.
who the
and
So
real.
that
your
is
mom
the-
isn't even watching.
That is
so.
all right. The wooing phase where the killer lures. See, this says his victim in. It could be his or her.
Right,
Just
for
be
sure.
fair, but all right. So this next one should be kind of obvious. The next phase, once you've wooed them in, you've
Dustin.
yes.
Embrace.
Camille. Golf.
Caitlin. Acquire.
She's the closest.
Fuck you.
She's the closest. Capture.
Capture.
Capture. Well done.
Do I get that? Or?
Yeah, you get it. You get it. Oh, yeah, this isn't,
Come on.
Philbus region.
Region.
Wow.
Now
He's
exiting the
dead.
Philbus region.
Yeah. Oh, Al, he's
Too
dead.
soon?
You can't talk about him too soon. What? All right. So the capture phase where the victim is entrapped. I know you guys are all hanging on to this. Thank you. I mean, it is
Yeah.
good stuff.
It's sad that your mom
This
isn't
is
even
good.
watching.
Yeah. All right.
She
The
gave
victim's
up.
entrapped. Then Camille already guessed one of the phases, the murder or totem phase. I find that
Oh, yeah.
interesting. Totem, because it is their achievement. They praise it. They worship it in their mind, which is the emotion high.
Is that 4? Is that 5 or 6? 5. Is that
That's
4 or
5.
5?
That's 5. And it is the emotional high for the killer.
Okay.
Finally, then, is 6, which occurs after the killing.
Camille.
Recovery
Phase.
No.
Camille.
There's recovery after
Hiding the
this
body phase.
Yeah, no. It's kind of like after women have a child, they go through a
Camille. Morning.
Caitlin. Bonding. Caitlin. Enlightenment. Evan.
Dustin, adjective for morning. Work for it. Come on, bro.
I'm trying to think of it.
Come on, bro. Am I a dick if I give a hint to the first letter?
Caitlin, denial.
The first letter is a D. The sixth phase after the murder, there is a D.
De-escalation. Camille, de-escalation.
Caitlin, decompressing.
Camille,
Close.
de-escalation.
Decomp. The body's doing that.
So you're at a high, and then there's a low. So what would the low be?
Caitlin,
Caitlin?
depression.
Ding, 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 ding.
I said depression earlier.
You were
You
all
didn't say your
tied.
name. You suck. I
You didn't
said
say
depression.
depression.
I
You
totally said
didn't.
depression. I'm going to listen to
You
it. I'm going to listen
burping-
to this
You
later.
burping Belgian bastard.
I wish I could change the channel on our television.
Shh. Right?
Hey! Shh.
All right. Next question, Al. What do you got for us?
I think I can.
Oh, is that what's up? They get the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll wait. No problem.
No, ask a
No,
question.
now it's quiet, of course.
Okay, the next few questions deal with percentiles.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
Numbers. Got it.
Closest to the pin gets 2 points. Or on the pin gets 2 points. Shit. You're all tied, so this is awesome. This is a great freaking game. And we have
Killer.
5 questions to go. So,
Okay.
all right. Do you want to wait for the dogs, or do we care? Just move on.
Right.
Not at this point. We're
Oh, you
like
got it.
an hour and a half into this. This is going to be the
Oh my God.
worst.
Okay, those of you. God, those of you listening in the UK, this is for you. Just a moment while what was it? Back in the old days, they would put a card in front of the screen.
A brief
We'll be
intermission.
right back. Technical
Like
difficulties.
some music in the background.
Dun, 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 dun.
I was trying
Tall and tan and young and lovely. The girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each guy she passes says, "Ah." Yes. Oh, doesn't she know that he loves?
Frank
Her-
Sinatra.
Is
this the last
Singing
question?
From
No, we
beyond.
got five.
There's 12 more questions.
Can we take a brief intermission then? Because my
All right.
bladder is not.
Someone
gonna make it.
tell us we're going to pause it in the episode.
Damn, big old break.
He sighs when she passes it. She looks straight ahead.
What's bag?
I wish we had more
Are these
viewers.
vegetables?
Yeah, frozen veggies for my
Oh,
ice.
nice. Got it.
She looks straight ahead. Not a sad song, actually.
The trivia is pretty good, man.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad, man. I think we
yeah.
should do this every once in a while. Mix it
Yeah.
up a little bit. And I wanted to be hard on the questions. I mean, there was a lot of them. I was like, know it, people know it, people. But then Caitlin, I asked her, I said, do you know that Ed Kemper was the only guy that turned himself in? The only serial killer turned himself? She's like, I didn't know that. I was like, I should have left it in. But these are kind of cryptic and
No, but these are good, like, because they don't actually just know them right off the top of the head.
and it's kind of educational if anyone
Oh, yeah, definitely.
if anyone listens, anyone tunes in, it's kind of educational. So anyway, the Dali Museum. This was a gift from Minovia. She got me this. Dali. Oh wait, it's in here. There's a tag that says Dali. Anyway, we're just filling time here on the Murder Hour. So you see, so Jody's here with us down here. She's doing various yoga positions. Vivian's here. She's joined us. You guys want to come in and say hi? Wave. Jody, wave up here. Lift your hand. Up here. There you go.
See, there's hands.
Tall and tan and young and lovely. Camille, you're an 8. It's so ugly.
The face was good, though.
So, this is awesome.
I think it's actually pretty good for, like, live stuff.
I love it.
I kind of like the idea of, like, covering the episode in, like, 30 minutes, and then we just, like, bullshit the rest of the time.
Hey, I love all of it. I don't care, I just think it's funny that Al's mom's not watching.
We're not going to do it. Come on.